Hello, children. How are you all? Welcome back to a new chapter in social science. Everyone is holding a book. You will write in a notebook. You will read from the notebook. You will read from the textbook, that is paper. But did you think, children, how this paper comes from? From where did the paper come from? What is the process involved in making a paper? Yes, yeah, correct. It takes a long process. A notebook or a textbook is processed after a long process. The journey of this notebook, the journey of a notebook starts from the tree. Those who wish to manufacture paper cut down the trees and transport it to any pulp mill. At the mill, the wood of the trees is processed using machines and gets converted into pulp made of wood. The mill workers mix the pulp with chemicals. The mix is finally converted into paper with the help of machines. These pages are then bound into a notebook, packed well, and sent to stationery shops to be sold. Manufacturing are secondary activities. Now, what are the primary activities? Primary activities, they are into the extraction of the raw materials. Like we get cotton from the cotton plant, sugarcane from the sugarcane plant, jute from the jute trees. All these are the primary activities. Now, what are secondary activities? These are the process through which raw materials are converted into products. These products can be valuable to people in different ways. In the above example, pulp is changed into paper and paper gets converted into a notebook. These are two processes of manufacturing. The cotton, which is used to manufacture clothes, and pulp, which is used to make paper, had values added to them at every stage. While the process of manufacturing was going on, due to this, a product which gets finished achieves more utility and value as compared to the raw material from which the final product has been manufactured. Now, children, you can't use the wood directly. You can't write on the wood till it gets converted into the paper. So, the conversion of wood into the paper has a lot of value. Industry is a economic activity which involves producing goods, extracting different minerals, and providing services. The examples of industries that produce goods are iron and steel, that of extracting minerals are coal mining industry, and tourism industry is an example of those which provide services. Now, industries are classified into different types. Now, they are basically classified on the three bases that are raw material, size, and ownership. As you can see in the picture, raw materials, under the raw materials, depending on the type of raw materials that is being used, industries are classified on the following basis: agro-based industries, mineral-based industries, marine-based industries, foreign-based industries. What are agro-based industries? Here, plants and animal-based products are used as raw materials. Few of the examples of such industries are leather industries, cotton textile, food processing, dairy products, and vegetable industries. Mineral-based industries. They are primary industries which use mineral ores in the form of the required raw materials. Other industries feed on the product of these industries. Iron, which is manufactured from iron ore, is an example of the product which we get from the mineral based industries. In order to manufacture several products like railway coaches, heavy machinery, and building materials, the raw materials from this industry are needed. Marine-based industries. By the name only, you can understand that they use the products from ocean and sea in the form of raw materials. Examples of such industries are those industries that are included in the that are involved in processing seafood or manufacturing oil from fishes. Forest-based industries. They use products of forest in the form of raw materials, pharmaceuticals, buildings, paper, and pulp and furniture are some of the industries that we get from the forest. Now, coming to the next basis, size. So on the basis of size, the volume, the production volume, number of people that are being employed, and the capital amount that is being invested are main determinants of size of an industry. On the basis of size, we classify industry into the two following types: large scale industries, small scale industries. Under the small scale industries, household or cottage industries are an example of small scale industries. Artisans manufacture these products by hand. Few other examples of cottage industries are pottery, basket weaving, among others. Lesser amount of technology and capital are required. The industries that process food and silk weaving are an examples of such industries. In the small scale industries, labor are not that much needed. The small scale industries can run with the limited labor and the limited raw material. The raw material which is available in their surroundings or which is available in their neighborhood is used as a raw material in these type of industries. Coming to the large scale industries. Large scale industries, in these industries, superior kind of technology is used and investment capital that is involved is high as well. Heavy machinery and automobile production are examples of such industries. For the large scale industries, the raw material is supplied from the other states or other countries. Now coming to the third basis, ownership. On the basis of ownership, industries are classified into the following types: private sector, joint sector, cooperative sector, public sector industries. Generally, you can ask your parents a question: what is a company? What is who is the owner of their company? It may be like the people who are working directly under the government. They come under the public sector, and the private sector and other industries. So let us know about what are those. Private sector industries, a group of individuals or one individual operates such industries. Private sector, which are not under the government, but basically they are into the owner is a private person. Public sector industries, the government owns such industries such as Steel Authority of India Limited and Hindustan Aeronautics Limited. Joint sector industries, an individual or group of individuals along with the state own such industries. Like a few people, they will join together and start a company where the government has also share in that company. Such industries are called as joint sector industries. Example is Maruti Udyog Limited. Cooperative sector industries. Now, what are these cooperative sector industries? These are the industries which are basically established for the benefit of the workers, like a small scale workers, where they cannot. There are some industries, some activities where the people cannot establish a industry, but they can sell the product and earn income. Such industries like uh, Anand Milk Union Limited, Sudha Dairy, and you can see that Mother Dairy. Nowadays, you can see that Mother Dairy, Lepakshi, all these come under the cooperative sector industries. Khadi. The suppliers are producers of raw materials along with workers, or even both in some cases own these industries. Okay, so the people who are supplying the raw materials will become the owners of the industries. Okay, you can see here the GEO. So you can see on the basis of raw materials, what are the industries? Cotton, woolen, jute, silk, textiles, rubber, sugar, tea, coffee, edible oil. mineral-based industries, iron and steel, cement factory, aluminum industry, petrol chemicals, marine-based, seafood, fish oil, forest-based, paper, size, small-scale industries where small machines are there, cottage industries, large-scale industries. Now coming to the private sector, Tata, Bajaj, many companies are there. Joint sector, Oil India Limited, private cooperative sector, handloom industries, food processing, dairy product, public sector industries, BHEL, SAIL. Okay. Now, what are the factors that are needed that affect the location of industries? Raw material, labor, water, market, capital, power, and transport are important factors that affect the industry's location. A place where few or all of these factors are easily found, industries are usually established at such places. When industries are established in different background regions, the government provides different incentives such as establishment of infrastructure, transport cost at low amounts, and subsidized power. The reason for growth and development of several cities and towns can be attributed to the process of industrialization. Now, you can see the common factors of industries. Now, coming to the industrial system. For every manufacturing, for every process, there is a system. Okay, now when you do the agriculture also, there is a system where you have to dig the ground, then sow the seeds, then water it, cultivate it, then harvest it. In the same way, industrials, there is a system for in the industries also. When a number of industries producing different products are located close to each other, industrial regions emerge. These regions share the benefit of their closeness. Okay, now coming to the industrial system, raw, the process is input, process, output. Input means what? The raw material, labor, transport, power, land. Process, the conversion of raw materials into the finished product. Output is the end product. Here I want to give an example. Now the input is the here I want to give an example like we will take the cotton industry. Okay. Now, what is the input in that? The input is cotton. Okay. Now, what is the process? Conversion of raw materials into finished products. Means what? We are converting the cotton pulp into the cloth. So, what is the output? The cotton cloth is the output. So, the industry system is the system of the industry is input, process, output. Now let us know about the major industrial regions in the world and in India. Few of the major industrial regions in world is North America, Western Europe, Central Europe, Eastern Asia. Like when a number of industries producing different products are located close to each other, industrial regions emerge. These regions share the benefit of their closeness. Central, Eastern, and Western Europe, Eastern Asia, and Northern America are examples of few of the major industrial regions across the globe. Few of the industrial regions are located near seaports, some kind of temperate areas, and most importantly, some coal fields. Some of the industrial regions that exist in our country are Kollam, Trivandrum Industrial Cluster, Hooghly region, Pune, Mumbai Industrial Cluster, Ahmedabad Baroda region, Delhi Gurgaon, Meerut region, and industrial belt of Chota Nagpur. So these are the major industrial disasters. What do you mean by industrial disasters? Industrial disasters are nothing but several industries. See, accidents are common anyway, whether you are walking on a road, whether you are at home, or in the industry. Several industries have seen disasters or accidents which have occurred due to some technical failure or hazardous materials being handled in an irresponsible manner. Last in the month of March or April, where the people were suffering with corona, at that time in Vizag, there was a disaster that happened in an industry. Okay, many of the people, there was a gas leakage, and many of the people lost their lives because of the leakage of the harmful gases. Like example is Bhopal tragedy is one of the worst industrial disaster of all times that has occurred in our country. If you watch children, if you watch the news, in 1 hour other day, there will be a news of gas leakage. It is happening because of the who's responsible for these accidents? Human beings. We are responsible. We are irresponsible and we take it light. We are not taking proper care of the industries which we are establishing. That is the reason many of the accidents are occurring in the industries. There were the best examples are one is Bhopal gas tragedy, which occurred on December 3rd, 1984 at around 12:30 a.m. In the middle of the midnight. This incident occurred. Okay, and another similar accident that took place in Gayakua, which is located in Chongqing province of China. It occurred on December 23, 2005. Now, let us know about the major industries. Information technology industry, textile industry, iron and steel industry are some of the major industries found in this world. The IT industry is an industry which is still emerging, while the textile industry, along with the iron and steel industry, are some of the major industries which have been going strong since ancient times. Russia, Germany, China, USA, and Japan are some of the countries where the iron and steel industry are found on a major scale. India, South Korea, Taiwan, Japan, and Hong Kong are the countries where the textile industry is located. South California, Silicon Valley, and India's Bangalore area are major hubs of the IT industry. Those industries which are still emerging are sometimes called emerging industries. Hospitality, wellness, knowledge, and IT are some examples of such industries. The countries in which the iron and steel industry is located are Germany, USA, China, Japan, and Russia. Textile industry is concentrated in India, Hong Kong, South Korea, and Japan, and Taiwan. The major hubs of the information technology industry are the Silicon Valley of Central California and the Bangalore region of India. Now coming to the iron and steel industries. All other industries consist of different inputs, process and outputs. Same is the case with the iron and steel industry. It is termed as the feeder industry. This is so because the products of this industry are used as raw materials for various different industries. Like you can see, input is iron ore, coal, limestone, labor, capital, site. The processes converting iron ore into steel. What is the output? The steel which may be used by either other industries as raw material. Raw materials like limestone, iron ore, and coal, when combined with capital, labor, site, capital, along with other infrastructures, are the required inputs of the industry. Steel is considered as the backbone of the 21st century industry. Almost all the things that we use or see getting used around us is manufactured from either steel or iron. All the machinery and tools comprises these metals as their main component. Even the tiniest of things that we use in our daily lives, such as needles and safety pins are also made up of these. Steel is used as a main component in order to manufacture trains, autos, ships, and trucks. With the help of steel machinery, the workers fill up oil wells. Steel equipment is used to mine different types of machinery. Most of the time, steel is used to manufacture farm machines. Frameworks made up of steel form the main part of large number of buildings. Before 1800 AD, steel and iron industry were largely located at places where the manufacturers could easily get power, supply, running water, and raw materials. After some time, the coal fields were chosen to be the ideal location for these industries. The other areas were places near to the railways and canals. Post 1950, steel and iron industry were located on the flat lands which were large in size and led near the seaports. It happened so because by the time the work of steel had increased both in size and quantity, and the manufacturers needed to import iron ore from overseas. So in India we have the iron and steel industry at Jamshedpur, Tata. Okay. Now coming to the cotton industry. The process of artisans weaving cloth from the yarn is considered as an ancient form of art. Flax, cotton, silk, jute, and wool have been in use since ancient times in order to make clothes. On the basis of raw materials, they are being used. We identify the textile industry. Fibers can be either natural or man made. One can obtain natural fibers from jute, silk, cotton, linen, and wool. Nylon, acrylic, rayon, and polyester are few examples which are made up of fibers. You can see the textile industry. Now coming to the information technology. What is information technology? Information technology is nothing but it is as we are into the 21st century, the technology is needed more. So where the information is passed through the technology by using the technology. The important cities in India are Mumbai, New Delhi, Hyderabad, Chennai, Gurgaon, Pune, Tiruvananthapuram, Kochi, and Chandigarh. So you can see the software companies, many companies are there. So so now, children, we have learnt about different kinds of industries, how the industries are classified based on the size, ownership, and the raw material. And what are the what is the industrial system? What are the industrial regions in the world and in India? Okay, so see you back in a new video.